Hello students, this is Mr. Blanco here with a talk to the text to help you break into the reading assignment for the weekend. Now let's start with the title. Dunmore's Proclamation, November 7th, 1775. So the first thing that stands out to me about the title is proclamation. What is a proclamation? Well, a proclamation is a public or official announcement that is of great importance. Basically, it's just a big announcement. What this title does is provides context. 1775 is around the time of the beginning of the American Revolution. And Dunmore, whoever this Dunmore is, this is his proclamation. This begins with His Excellency. This is a title given to high officials of state, much like how we today regard judges. When addressing judges, we do so with Your Honor. Then this goes on to say the Right Honorable John, Earl of Dunmore. Well, we understand that the author's name is John, but what is an earl? An earl is an English nobleman. It's the author's rank in society. Now let's continue on to His Majesty's Lieutenant. Now that's a reference to the King of England, and the author is saying he serves the King of England as the Royal Governor of Virginia, and the king he serves in 1775 is King George III. As I have entertained hopes that an accommodation might have taken place between Great Britain and this colony. Okay, so the big word here is accommodation. Today, that could mean a room, but in this context, it means an agreement between Great Britain and Virginia. Without being compelled, and compelled means to be forced, by my duty to this most disagreeable but now absolutely necessary step. So what the author is saying here is he does not want to make this proclamation, but now it's absolutely necessary and he has no choice. Rendered, which means to be caused by. So the author is saying that the cause of this proclamation is this body of armed men, unlawfully assembled, firing on His Majesty's tenders, and the formation of an army. So using the context clues we've identified, what is he blaming this proclamation on? So he serves the Crown of England just as the American Revolution is firing off in 1775. Who would be this unlawfully assembled army? It would be the patriots of the American Revolution. And what are these patriots doing? Well, one thing in the passage that stands out is that they were firing on His Majesty's tenders. Now, that might evoke the wrong image when you first hear that. So tenders is a reference to people who tended on the king. So they'd be servants of the crown, not the tenders in the picture. Additionally, this army is marching against the king's army, as well as destroy the well-disposed subjects of the colony. So who are these well-disposed subjects of the colony? Well, this is a reference to the Loyalists. These are the colonials still loyal to Great Britain during the American Revolution. And this governor is fearful for their lives. And later on in the passage, he talks about how badly he needs their taxes, but that is later on. To defeat such treasonable purposes. Okay, so now we are at the purpose of the proclamation. What this proclamation aims to do is defeat the patriots, who the author considers traitors, and their abettors. An abettor is someone who helps or supports someone do something like committing a crime. And he wants to bring them to justice. So again, this is just clarifying the author's motive. He wants to return the colony of Virginia to what it was prior to the start of the American Revolution. So this is where I will leave you until we go over the rest in class. I still want you to read through the rest of the proclamation, and it's all right if you don't understand it, because I know that there's a lot to be unpacked and how this is worded and how this is written. I just want you to point out any words you don't recognize. In class, we will go over what the proclamation actually did, and I want you guys to have a good weekend.